I spent almost 20 years trying to learn English the wrong way. I followed all the school rules, grammar, vocabulary lists, perfection, and it completely slowed me down. In today's video, guys, I'm sharing 6 big mistakes I made while learning English. I wasted all these years, but you don't have to, because in today's video, you're gonna learn on my mistakes and you're gonna save your precious time and your precious energy. Because once I stopped doing these things, I finally became fluent. All these mistakes have one thing in common. Something really important that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. Mistake number 1, starting with grammar instead of communication. There is a common belief that we need to learn grammar, that grammar is really important. I'm not saying it's not, but when you start to learn a language with memorizing grammar rules, it's like watching a video from the end. Grammar made me feel productive, like I was learning something real. Back then, I had this negative belief that I need to study a language. I can't simply absorb this language and immerse myself fully in the culture, in native speech. No, I thought that I need to sit down and study with the book. I could only understand English on paper, not use it in a real conversation. So the result was that I was reading something and yes, I got it. I even could name the grammar tense, like present perfect continuous, but I couldn't speak. Please don't attack me in the comments. I'm not saying grammar isn't useful. Yes, it is useful, but it shouldn't be your first step because you're simply gonna get stuck. Do you wanna know how Spanish grammar became natural to me? I learned Spanish as an adult a few years ago, and I didn't study any grammar rules. To be honest, when I'm speaking Spanish, I don't know what grammar I use. I live in a Spanish-speaking country right now. Everyone understands me perfectly. So it means it worked. How did I do it? By full immersion. Watch this video after watching this one. It's on full immersion and comprehensible input. This is your key to fluency. Once I started listening more and more, immersing myself in this language more and more, watching, grammar started to make sense on its own. I didn't need to memorize any grammar rule. Mistake number 2, waiting to speak until I was perfect. This held me back for years. I felt that there is a huge invisible wall between me and English. Let's imagine that this bottle of water is English, okay? I felt that there was a huge wall between us, and I am not an English speaker. English is some, foreign concept to me. And for many, many years, I was waiting for the perfect moment to start speaking, for the moment when I'm gonna be ready. But the truth is, you are never ready. You're never gonna be ready to speak a foreign language. You just have to start doing it. Even if it feels uncomfortable as hell at the beginning. When I started learning Spanish, actually, I should have said when I started living Spanish, I didn't make this mistake. That's why I was able to start speaking Spanish so fast. Y esta es la razón por qué aprendí español tan rápido. Empecé a hablar. Al principio cometía muchísimos errores. Los nativos simplemente me corregían estos errores. Sí, al principio era muy incómodo, sentía mucha vergüenza, honestamente. Es como aprenden los niños en realidad, y así hablo español. Ahora estoy en Paraguay, estoy haciendo mi residencia en Paraguay, que es súper random porque yo soy polaca. Pero bueno, como mi novio es español latino, estamos aquí, hacemos la residencia. Obviamente nosotros somos nómadas digitales, pero estamos aquí para hacer algunos papeles y tal. Y mira, es que sin español sería muy difícil estar aquí en Paraguay. En España también. No todo el mundo en España habla inglés, que yo viví en España muchos años. You see, this is how I speak Spanish, because sometimes I see some comments. Yeah, you really learned Spanish so fast? Show us. Well, So you had your proof. Mistake number 3, memorizing vocabulary lists without any context. When I was a kid and a teenager, I needed to memorize all these lists, sometimes 200 words, 300 words. They were translated from Polish to English. So from these 200 words, the teacher used to give me 10 words and I needed to translate them to English. Oh my God, that was hell. It's literally how you kill kids' creativity. Let's be honest, guys. Some words in English are so confusing and it's so difficult to memorize them. For example, burr, beer, burr, bird. How can you memorize these words simply translating them? Our brain is absolutely wonderful and it learns new vocabulary when it's connected to emotions, to stories, to real situations. That's why I always say in my videos, connect English to your daily life. Live this language. Don't study this language. And the words automatically are gonna come to your mind when you are speaking. Mistake number 4, something that kept me so stuck. Translating everything from my native language to English. I don't have to tell you how much it slowed me down and made my conversations so stressful. I remember when I first moved out from Poland and I went to the UK to find a job. I was 19 back then and my English was 50-50. I mean, to be honest, my English was pretty bad at the time and British accent scared the hell out of me. But I remember when I was going to job interviews in the UK, I was super nervous. They were asking me questions fast in British accent. I was terrified and they needed to wait 1 or 2 minutes before I said one sentence. Because I was translating everything from Polish to English. First of all, I was thinking in Polish, okay, I want to say this, this, and that in Polish. And then I was like, okay, this word here, then it was this grammar tense, okay, then it was this preposition. Disaster. I realized when I was in the UK that I can't live like this. I have to start thinking in English. How did I do it? You can watch this video after watching this one. Fun fact, I got that job. And it was a pretty good job. I was an admin clerk in the UK. I had also a second job and that was cleaner. Not really good. Mistake number 5. Believing making mistakes is the end of the world. I was terrified. Oh my God, guys, when I'm thinking right now how terrified I was of making mistakes when I was a teenager or in my early 20s, the fear of making mistakes used to kill my conversations and it kept my mouth shut. I used to work with a lot of Polish people who are adults now, but they have this terrifying language barrier. They basically are so afraid of speaking English because they are afraid of judgment. I was as well. And opening this YouTube channel 4 years ago, I was thinking that I'm gonna die, honestly. Because of fear, I was so scared of judgment. But at the end of the day, it was my self-development and inner work that saved me and saved my sanity. If you are from a different country and you have this fear of making mistakes, it comes from somewhere. You weren't born this way. At some point in your life, the fear of judgment was put in your head. And the good news here, if somebody put it in your head, you can take it out. How? By constant practice. Even when you make a mistake, when you talk to a native speaker or even non-native speaker, what happens? It's not a big deal. As long as you are understood, you are good to go. People make mistakes. And guess what? I make a lot of mistakes, even in my native language. Actually, I make a lot of mistakes in Polish. It's such a difficult language. And I don't live in Poland. It's been, 8 years now. So I started making a lot of mistakes in Polish. They understand me, not a big deal. Okay, I make some mistakes in English. I don't pretend to be perfect like nobody is, right? You are watching this video to learn English. Maybe I made some mistake and I didn't even catch it. Possible? it is. It is possible. Do I make some mistakes in Spanish? For sure. But when I make some mistakes, native speakers correct me and that's it. I live my life. Come on, it's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna die when you make a grammar mistake. I really hope you are focused right now because I'm about to reveal a big secret. The less I punished myself for being wrong, the faster I improved. It's backed by science, not something that I invented. Research from Harvard professor Amy Edmondson calls this psychological safety. People learn faster when they feel safe to make mistakes. When you remove shame, your brain relaxes and absorbs more. Finally, guys, we are almost there. Mistake number 6. Trying to sound like a native speaker. For years, I thought my accent made me sound stupid. I thought that I can't launch this project because my accent is not American. Chasing the perfect accent only made me more insecure. It didn't make me more confident. It made me feel small. And as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the shadowing technique, meaning copying native speakers to learn the correct pronunciation, to learn the correct intonation and rhythm.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. But I am not a big fan trying to sound like a native speaker. Hey, guess what? I'm not an English native speaker and I can't change it. And I don't want to change it. Does it mean that I can't speak English? No. Does it mean that my pronunciation can be correct but not perfectly American? Yes. That's our goal. We want to speak clearly, naturally, confidently. We just want to make sure that we are understood and we don't mispronounce words. Your accent is not your flaw. It's actually the proof of your courage. You had the courage to learn a foreign language. Maybe not only one. It's been a lot of years until it finally clicked. Hey, I can be proud of my story. I can learn how to pronounce things correctly, but still sound like me. When I was trying to chase, sounding like a native speaker, I was like, but wait a second, it's not me. It's not me anymore. And one of my biggest values is to be authentic. It's to be me. And when I open my mouth, I want actually people to know that I'm not an American. I don't want to be fake. And I don't want to fake anyone. I think that you can clearly hear that I'm not an American. And that's a good thing. So if you are from France, you can sound like a French person speaking English. That's amazing. You open your mouth and like, oh, you are French. Cool. You speak English. Amazing. You speak 2 languages now. If you are German, the same. Speak with your German accent, like there is no wrong in that. Just make sure that you are understood. That's it. Oh, and the most important thing that I promised you, of course, looking back, all these mistakes had one thing in common. What do you think that was? It's fear. It's fear, my friends. Fear of being wrong. Fear of not being perfect. Fear of judgment, fear of sounding weird, fear of not being enough, fear of not being the part of the group. That's a big one. Fear of not belonging. But the language isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Look how you and I can connect right now. Because you understand English. Most probably it's not your native language. And if it is, hi, native speakers. Right? If I spoke just Polish, you couldn't understand me. So language is about connection, and what's more, if you speak more languages than just your native language, you can make more money, for sure, more opportunities. You can travel the world. I'm a digital nomad. I travel the world professionally. Oh my God, it changed me so much. It showed me the beauty of this world, the diversity of this world, of the people. Without the travels and English and Spanish, I wouldn't be here, most probably, because my mind wouldn't be so open. I would say I wouldn't be doing this for sure, because I would be so scared that, oh my God, what some old classmates are gonna think about me. I don't care right now. I don't care. So, it's the fear in reality that drives us. It's the fear that blocks us. The fear can be your greatest enemy, and at the same time, it can be your biggest ally. Guess what? I am still scared. Sometimes I am scared to put a video out, but I do it anyway. Because this fear shows me that, hey, if you feel me, the fear, it means that you are doing something out of your comfort zone. It means you are growing. So just make sure that you don't make the same mistakes. It's gonna save you a lot of years of struggles. And think about the fear. What are you really afraid of? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let me know in the comments your feelings, your opinions. If you made the same mistakes, share with me everything you want to share. I'm open to chatting with you. And one more thing, making mistakes, it's actually a good sign. It means that you are learning something new and growing. Follow me on Instagram. Bye.